Hey and welcome to this video. So I guess you clicked on this video because you're looking to try out photogrammetry, or maybe you need it for work. So I'll show you what I'm using and what I would buy. I have a list prepared which I will show and share with you. It's basically my gear and a budget version, which means buy used stuff on eBay and there is no flash included. But let's get started. So first you need a good lens. I'm using this one at the moment. It's about 500 euros, which is fine. Get 50 millimeters or 35. 35 has a wider field of view, obviously, but it's not really good for macro stuff. 50 millimeter needs more images because the field of view is smaller, but you can use it for macro scans. Yeah, really good lens, 500 euros. I link it. Next is the camera body. That's a Sony a7M2, 24 megapixels, full frame, mirrorless system, really lightweight, great camera. I like the E-mount because it's quite new for a camera, and there are a ton of lenses you can buy. It's like 6-year-old, so the camera is like a month old. 24 megapixels is enough because if you're using reality capture, you are paying per megapixels and the amount of images also plays a role, but the less megapixels you have, the cheaper your export will be. Like a full scan, let's say with 250 images, will cost me about $6 in the end. Then for your lens you need one of these. A filter. Based on the rotation, this filter will let light through or not. With the filter on the flash, in synchronization with each other, you have perfect flat scans. Then there is the flash itself. Here is the flash inside. Pretty hard to see, I guess. But yeah, this little bulb here, which goes around. It has some backlight you can use. On the side there's a little USB adapter, which is for the transmitter. I will show later. Here you put your camera. It goes through the flash and it's controlled over the camera and the transmitter. It's quite powerful. It's also really heavy, so if you have like a scan with, I would say, 600 images, you will feel it, but it's a really nice flash. It's quite expensive for what it is, about 600 euros and 80 euros per battery, but if you want to get the really nice flat scans, you need one of these. This is the transmitter. This goes on the camera in the cable shoe, and that one is talking to the flash. It's running over batteries, it's like 50 euros or so, but you need it so the flash can talk to the camera forth and back. For the flash itself you need also one of these. Well, maybe get not a broken one. That's the same filter as I just showed you with this one, just bigger. And obviously self-built, but that's just a 3D printed holder for a film you can buy on Amazon, which is like 20 euros per sheet, and you print it out. If you have a 3D printer, perfect. If not, just ship it to somebody who can print it. There are services online which will charge 10 euros, or you can buy already a sample filter, which I just did. It's about 100 euros. I will give you guys a review on how it is. You put them on your flash, adjust it. I marked mine, and then you are good to go. You can scan. So one item you need is a color checker. Why do you need a color checker? To calibrate your images. You have a ton of different colors, but the most important part is this card, or if you want to use the colored side, you can use this row, maybe this gray or this gray. You basically pick it on Lightroom and sync it to all the pictures, so you have the white balance on all the images, and everything looks the same. This one is 120 euros. The good thing about this one is it's already in a case, so if you want you can get it dirty, but it's protected. So yeah, that's a really nice one. But hold on, you can't scan yet. You need to adjust your flash. and your other filter on the lens. But how? With metal. Or if you have a mirror. Basically everything which is reflective. You just put it somewhere, adjust the filters, and you will see when it's perfect flat, because the light on the flash will go out and it's dark, and then you have perfect polarization. Then there also are the optional items. Enough batteries for your camera. Don't buy the original Sony ones. Aftermarket is fine, like three batteries with the charging station are like 40 euros, and they work perfect. I have like 4 or so. Then obviously a SD card, that's 128 gigs, that's like 20 euros, 25. And then we have some really nice green dough. I'm using this one for surface scanning, and for instance I want to scan 1.50 m or 1.50 m, and just put it in the corners I measured before, and then I have like a perfect surface area. And when I'm done scanning and processing in reality capture, I have the little green balls in my scan, and I can just put a plane and substance painter on it, trim it, and already have a perfect baking plane. So it's like 5 euros, and yeah, get colored dough. We need more colored dough. And yeah, that's basically everything. I will show you around, I will show you my gear, and yeah, let's see what else is there. So let's go over my little item desk real quick. I have a little blade for wrenches to remove them if they are in my scanning way. A cable trigger from Sony. There are aftermarket ones which are cheaper. Some tape. The filters for the camera lenses here, both of my lenses. Batteries for the camera. I would suggest at least 2 micro SD cards, a card reader for the notebook, because the notebook doesn't have included card reader. The dough, batteries for the flash itself with the polarizer on it, the transmitter for the flash, the camera, the color checker, and my aluminum block for adjusting the filters. And that's basically all I'm using. Well, there are tripods and a small backpack for carrying all around, but the tripod is only for inside. I don't really use tripods outside. So that's the backpack, nothing fancy, but it's big enough to hold everything, and the notebook. That's my tripod, but like I said, that's only for indoor scans. KNF concept, I put it also on the list. Same for the backpack, but yeah, the tripod isn't going outside. Let's hop to the list. So here we have my gear list. Like above is everything I have. Tripod and remote are used by me in the studio, not really in the field, because everything in the field is done by hand with the flash scanner. So this one is just for inside scanning. So yeah, the camera, the lens, the fixed lens and the zoom lens, the flash, the transmitter for the flash, a color checker, the SD card, batteries, CPL filter for the lens, the foil I used for the lens, my backpack I'm using, it's really nothing fancy, my optional notebook, and yeah, tripod and remote. And all of this will set you back about 4,500 to 5,000 euros. So mine was about 4,800. But then you have basically everything. The budget version would be excluding everything flash related and the notebook, plus the filters for the lens, because you don't need it if you're not shooting with a flash. And if you buy used, you would end up about 1.5 to 2,000 euros. You don't need everything new. I bought a lot of the stuff new because business expense. So if you can get it used, get it used. So yeah, that's everything you need. It's not so much gear. Make sure to buy used. If you're interested in photogrammetry, 3D in general, check out the channel, leave a like and subscribe.